Hi there, welcome to the third part and the last part for standard form here. So I'm going to put a new dotted line here for you. If you would do that on your paper, that'd be great. We want to break this part up. In the previous video, we ended by taking this equation here that was in originally slope-intercept form, and we turned it into standard form by getting rid of the fraction first, and then just doing some algebra, keeping it balanced, added 3x to both sides. Don't combine those terms there. There it is. You have a is 3x plus by, b is 7, is equal to 35. So let's do one more question, and let's put this into standard form. Y minus 2 is equal to 1/3 x plus 6. Okay, so currently it's in point slope form. Okay, that's in point slope form of an equation, so we now have to turn it into standard form. So we want standard form. And standard form is ax plus by equals c, where a and b are integers and they're on the same side, and c is isolated by itself on one of the sides. So here's what we have. We have, let's copy it here in the middle, y minus 2 is equal to 1/3 parenthesis x plus 6. Well, the first thing we have to do is get rid of the fractions. Now, I think from what I've seen from many of you, what we ought to do is just go ahead and distribute that 1/3. Okay, so let's simplify and make it y minus 2 is equal 1/3 x, and then take 1/3 times 6, which is 2, 6/3. All right, now to get rid of the fractions, this line right here, what we want to do is multiply by 3, because 3 is the denominator right there. So we're going to multiply every term in this equation times 3. Okay, so we're going to multiply here. We're going to multiply this term. 3 times y is 3y minus, I'm just going to stay with my blue ink here, 3 times 2 is 6. It's equal to 3 times 1/3. Okay, that's 3/3 would be 1x plus 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so I've gotten rid of the fractions because you have to do that for standard form. No fractions, no decimals, because those aren't integers. Okay? Now, if you look at this one, what do you notice is wrong with this that makes it not in standard form? Because we have all integers. Okay, hopefully you're noticing that you have x on one side, and then you have numbers on both sides without variables. Okay, so the second thing we need to do is move x and y to the same side. Okay, so we're going to do that right here by subtracting 1x. Okay, and as I do that, again, keep in mind that the equal sign divides the two sides to keep your scale balanced. As I look at this, you can't add 3y minus 1x. Okay, so you end up with this. So we're close to standard form. What I should have done, I should have switched the x and the y around, but I'll do that in the next line. Now, the other thing that's wrong here is the fact that I have this number here, okay, without a variable. So that's really part of C. Remember, do you remember this? That when we had ax plus by equals C, well, C means the constant numbers, the numbers without a variable. So we have to move this -6 to the other side. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides, because I'm trying to get rid of this -6. So if I add 6 to that, that becomes 0. So do it to the same side, add 6 there, and you get 12 on that side, equals So I'm going to switch the x and the y around here just because that's kind of how we've looked at it. Negative 1x, all right, plus 3y is equal to 12. All right, and there you have standard form. All right, standard form. A, let's add a part here. A is negative 1. A equals negative 1. That's an integer. B is equal to 3. And C is equal to 12. So I have all integers. I have x and y on the same side. And I have C, the non-variable numbers, on the right-hand side. So again, if I asked you, what's the x-intercept of this? Can you do that in your head? Just for fun? Huh. You're saying just for fun, right? Yeah, just for fun, what is the x-intercept? It's 12 divided by negative 1, which is negative 12. So the x-intercept is negative 12, 0. So the x-intercept, that's the point of standard form. What's the y-intercept? Okay, it's 12 divided by 3. Okay, and 12 divided by 3 would be 4. It would be 0, 4. That's the point of standard form right there. So, where it gets a little crazy is when we mix them all together on this page in your notes, or these two pages at the very top. Here, we have slope-intercept form. There's the slope, 3/7. There's the y-intercept, 5. Here's standard form. Notice you don't see 3/7 or 5 here. Here's point-slope form. All right, you have 1/3 is the slope of that. Okay, 2, that's the y value, positive 2, negative 6 would be a point on the line, 6, 2. But when we put it in standard form right here, we can identify the intercept. So all of these different equations we've talked about serve specific purposes, all of which you're going to need to get familiar with. Yes, it's fun, I know. So study that up, and we'll hopefully answer your questions tomorrow when you bring your stuff to class. See you soon.